Welcome in, everyone. We'll get started in just a minute or two.
I feel like I want to make a bunch of bundle jokes, but I only have like a couple bundle related jokes from the sales marketplace in general. So I feel like they would fall pretty poorly. But I am excited for this.
Me too. See, some more people are joining us. I'm calling in from Jacksonville. The weather is actually pretty nice. It's not very cold at all. I wonder where everyone else is calling in from.
Yeah, that'll do. Where's everybody calling in from?
Should be a bundle of fun is good. I like that one.
Love it,
Man.
Pierre. Can you make me a paint list that has everyone access to post to everyone, Liam? Maybe co-host.
Oh yeah, co-host. Got it.
Because I'm going to be bothering these people and chatting them the whole time while we're presenting.
Awesome. So while you do that, I will focus on the presentation. Awesome. I see Raleigh, North Carolina, New Jersey, Florida. I was just in North Carolina for a friend's birthday, so that's cool. Cool. It's 101 where I am, so I will kick us off and get us started. Hello and welcome. I'm Aaliyah Walker from Apsona's marketing team, and I'm so glad that you could join us for Apsona Bundles. Get ready for a bundle of joy in simplifying Salesforce data management for everyone. I'm with Justin Barr as president of Apsona, and we're excited to share how our bundle model makes managing Salesforce data and your Apsona licenses simpler than ever. Oh, just double checking we are recording, and we are. A brief background. Apsona was founded in 2009, and since then, we've grown to serve over 1,700 customers worldwide. We're 100% native to Salesforce with a 4.9 out of 5 rating on the App Exchange, something we are very proud of. And in case you didn't know, Sona and Apsona means golden. So we like to call ourselves the Golden App. Agenda. So here's what we'll cover in the next 45-ish minutes. How Apsona simplifies licenses. We'll cover what is included in a bundle, go over the differences between licenses, standard and specialized, real world examples, and how to choose the right fit. So you guys are in for a treat. Getting started a year ago, or maybe over a year now, we realized that managing multiple Apsona licenses across teams could get pretty complex. There were over 20 plus combinations of licenses and products that customers could choose from. So we essentially streamlined everything. So instead of purchasing individual licenses for each tool, bundles group everything together. Now you can choose between just two license types, standard and specialized, and making it easier to assign the right level of access to each user. And we'll go over everything in just a moment. Let's explore those differences between the Apsona license types. So standard over here, those licenses give full access to Apsona features. So setting up the Apsona for Salesforce data management, multi-step report, creating dedupe and match actions, documented email merges, and setting up scheduler. And specialized licenses are more for your end users or restricted users who need to view reports, run merges, interact with embedded grids or tabular views, but don't need full editing access or capabilities. The beauty of this model is simplicity. Two license types instead of 20, less administrative overhead, and the flexibility to scale as your team grows. What is included in a bundle? The big question. So let's start with the essentials for 3 to 9 users. With Essentials, you get the core Apsona for Salesforce products and features, including Apsona for Salesforce reporting, charts and dashboards, dedupe and match, and our grids product, which lets you bulk import and update data, merge documents, create multi-step reports, merge actions, and create custom filters. It's everything a small team needs to manage their data efficiently. Next up is the Advanced Bundle, designed for teams of 10 to 49 users. It includes everything in the Essentials bundle plus scheduler for automating documents and reports, includes workshops and private enablement sessions. With Advanced, you can build reports that pull data across multiple objects, automate your emails for mass communications, and schedule and share reports with any user.
You mind if I chime in on any of these, Aaliyah?
I do not mind. Go ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, so the vision behind simplifying and sort of making this access was more power and more effectiveness for you and your teams. The users that you guys see at the top of the screens are essentially those are the folks that are admins or doers, or what we call standard licenses. Those folks are sort of building and creating solutions for all of the Apsona users in your instance. So that's broadly we'll sort of apply our licensing model to sort of say 3 to 9 standard users, the individuals sort of building, creating solutions in Apsona. Um, 10 to 49 users. Those are users sort of building reports, relaying report writers, giving document merge actions. And then some of our premium customers, lots and lots and lots of like gift segmentations, donor segmentation lists for some of our national and international orgs. The space to say, hey, like I need this top level support. All the licenses essentially sort of stay the same for user-based licenses with the reference that scheduler becomes available for folks at the advanced bundle license and beyond.
Thank you. And finally, we have the premium bundle for larger teams of 50 or more. It includes everything in advanced and essentials, as well as private enablement sessions. I see some raised hands, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to use the Q&A or the chat. All
Oh, this
right.
is my favorite slide.
I know it looks so aesthetically pleasing to me. So far we've walked through the features of simplified licenses and our Apsona bundles. But let's be honest, you're not just buying a set of features, you are buying solutions and the confidence to use them. That is exactly why one of our most critical components of the Advanced and Premium bundle is our structured enablement program. We've designed a 4-session program specifically to address this, and our goal is to move you beyond feature lists and directly into value. And what this means is that we are helping translate Apsona capabilities into value for your unique operations and workflows. We focus on creating you an internal Apsona expert within your team, someone who can own your complex workflows and ensure long-term sufficiency. You can see the success and the feedback that we receive. For instance, a university awarded us a 5-star rating for their entire 4 session series. They found the training to be clear, well-paced, and directly applicable. This enablement helped them confidently implement advanced features like dedupe and match rules and grids. Even customers who are still in the middle of their journey are giving us a 5-star rating because we focus on providing helpful real-world scenarios along with live demos.
Yeah. This was one of our key areas of sort of like or understanding and orienting towards our customers. Like we've been privileged and gifted to be able to serve so many social impact organizations, higher eds, manufacturing clients, banks, institutions in different spaces. As they would come back to us over and over and over again in office hours, one of the features that we started a few years ago in our cases and requests, in our presentations, at our demo jams, we kept hearing over and over and again. I love Apsona. It's so great, but I only wish I knew how to use it more. Or multi-step reporting seems sort of complex and I can't get my users to log in and they're sort of afraid of it. Our entire premise behind this team is that we actually provide more and more access so that you can get to the bottom of the power of your data. You've got fundraising data, you've got mission impact data, you've got sales data in your Salesforce instance. Our realization was Apsona is an incredible tool, right? 14 years of programming and development behind Streeter and Sadhna. Our goal was to say, how do we unlock this for more and more customers? So our goal right now has been that the creativity around each of the bundles, from essentials to advanced to premium, is at a new stage, right? We're very open to feedback. We love the feedback we're getting from some of our SI partners and customers. To Cassie's question in the background, we're looking to sort of continue to provide that kind of support when you're saying, hey, we want to move off of the legacy model and move to the new one. We do have interest and need to sort of move into these other areas and use up better features, but we're not sure how it compares today. We're working to sort of create those through comparative quotes and those outcomes in our sales team. But our big push for moving to a bundle model was better enablement and better use of our tool so that you guys can get better usage of your data in Salesforce. Our enablement sessions right now are directed towards advanced and premium customers. Everybody that's in Essentials, everybody that's in Advanced, and everyone that's in Premium is able to attend monthly workshops. So essentially, this was our way to say when a customer has all of the licenses and a customer says, I want to build that thing that I saw in your customer webinar, we actually can give you a template or do a tutorial or training for you and show you this is actually how you can build that same solution in your Salesforce instance. All of our solution templates right now are built around general Sales Cloud objects, but we are building ones for nonprofit cloud, education cloud, other specific sort of data models out in space. So our big push was to say, how do we sort of simplify and streamline the product to make the product easier and more accessible for folks to get value out of it? Um, I'll continue to answer questions in the chat and let Aaliyah tell us more.
That was great. Thank you, Justin. Next, we have our Apsona implementation templates. If you've attended a enablement workshop, you might have seen this page before. These include pre-built solutions for data reporting and documents. We recognize that the initial setup of any solution can be time-consuming, and we want to remove that barrier for you. So these templates are our way of helping you get set up and installed on your own with Apsona. We've created templates to cover some common use cases, things like importing multi-step reports, document merge. So they cover different areas of functionality to fast track your adoption. Each template is a complete, ready to install package. You get a Loom video.dat file to download and re-upload into your own Salesforce org.
Yeah, I'll say I apologize for those of you guys that do watch our implementation videos and say, hey, now that I have the bundle, I can actually move on and sort of implement this grid solution or implement this multi-step report for acknowledgement letters. The Loom videos are mostly recorded by Lori and I. We're having more of them built in the background for other specific data models. But this is one of the main benefits of the bundle is since all of the products are available to you now, you don't have to sort of work through, do I need this license or that license, multi-step reports or not single step reports. All of that choosing is sort of done for you where you can say, hey, now that I have these features with the bundle, with the discounted pricing, here's what I can sort of give the rest of my team. Here's a bigger value I can create. And our goal is to sort of say, take what we've learned from other customers in the space, take the solutions they're building and bring those to the rest of our customer base so that they can learn and benefit from those as well.
Great. That brings us to our next key resource, the monthly enablement workshops. These are 45-minute live sessions run by an Apsona solution engineer. We intentionally feature different topics each month, from deep dives to specific features like multi-step reporting or like annual gift receipts. It's an opportunity for hands-on learning, seeing demos, getting your questions answered live. Think of it as a high impact training session designed to keep you kind of up to date on what's new with Apsona, as well as answer any questions about Apsona. And it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about one of our support options. For example, there's the Tier 1 Launch Assist. So this option is designed to help new Salesforce teams get up and running with Apsona as quickly and smoothly as possible. The goal here is to provide onboarding and hands-on setup so your team can start using Apsona right away. From the pre-engagement assessment to post-go live support, our team is here every step of the way. So in short, Launch Assist is all about helping your team implement Apsona quickly and confidently. Great. Now let's look at how bundles perform in the real world. So, for example, a manufacturing client came to us after struggling with another document generating solution. They were unable to create a key report they needed. So, using Apsona's Essentials bundle and support from our team, they were able to rebuild 6 buttons and configure merge templates and launch everything in just 4 days. And as a result, there was a successful go live, zero downtime, and a 5-star review from the customer, something we always appreciate. Customer story two about a tech firm that needed to simplify proposal generation for their growing sales team. They adopted the advanced bundle and implemented our document merge solution for their contracts. So their sales team now uses specialized licenses to generate their proposals. That single change reduced their document prep time, improved accuracy, and shortened their onboarding time from weeks to hours or days. Now, higher ed teams who love the premium bundle, one university advancement department needed a way to share classmate contact lists with alumni volunteers, coordinating reunion events. They automated alumni directory exports, eliminated duplicates, and gave volunteers controlled access through specialized licenses. So now their staff generate volunteer lists in seconds, clean, secure, and ready to share. Here's one of my favorite examples, a national nonprofit moving from manual SQL queries to Apsona reporting and merge tools. With the advanced bundle, they now segment donor data directly in Salesforce, generate donor receipts instantly, and empower over 78 active users to run reports without support. And that is really the kind of efficiency we love to see. How do you choose the right bundle? So first, start by identifying who needs full access. Those are your standard users. And then list who needs specialized access. They need to view, use buttons to produce documents, edit grids, interact with embedded tabular views or reports. And once you have that, it's easy to map your team size to the right bundle, essentials, advanced, or premium, and scale as your organization grows. Now, I wanted to provide a quick concrete example to make the mapping simple. So on the left are the user types, standard and specialized. And in this example, our standard users are Adam, Sinclair, Zoe, Christine, and Paul. They need full access to Apsona for Salesforce, reporting, dedupe and match, scheduler, and grids. So they get the standard license. And then our specialized users, Jane, Michelle, Bradley, Courtney, Darius, and Lori, only need to view reports and run pre-built merges, so they get the specialized licenses. It's that simple, match user function to access level.
One of the ways that we've thought about this internally, and we're always open to feedback, right? We have developed as a successful company and as a product on the platform through partner involvement and through customer feedback. I was talking with Sadna earlier this week and just hearing how multi-step reports came to be and how dedupe and match came to be. So we love feedback. I'm a feedback maven. Our standard users, one of the favorite ways we heard one of our admins talk about this was the doers, right? These are the people that like are report writers. They know how to sort of get to a key piece of information in your data model, whether that's nonprofit success pack, nonprofit cloud, financial services cloud, manufacturing cloud. Any of those scenarios is fine. But when you can't get that report the way you want in a Salesforce report, we want to extend that Salesforce feature. The doers can build those reports, produce them through a button, produce them for the view only report, produce them through an automation, and deliver that automated report to the end user in your team that needs it. Those standard users or doers have all the licenses at their disposal. Essentially, with security controls, you can control which feature they have access to or not, but essentially you want them to be sort of your power users that can solution on Apsona on a regular basis. These are our Apsona fans, the folks that live in Apsona, but our goal is to say, if we provide them all the licenses right off the bat, how much more can they do for their organization? How much more can they make it easier to sort of give reports or insight and decision-making access to their team? The specialized users is everybody else. So we have organizations that have specialized users for every other user in their instance, right? 50, 100, 200 users that are clicking on view-only reports, clicking on button merges, getting to a document merge, a donor profile, a sales invoice. But the time and space when they need it, they can click on it and get to it. And our big push was to relay the ability to get Apsona to every person on your team. This is why the specialized users are built to 50% off. So all of the pricing around this orientation is get Apsona in the hands of more and more users, release the power of your data to more and more users. So the discounting and the orientation around those bundled licensing discounts is available to that end. And as time goes on, we are grateful for the feedback. We're getting even some this week from a family services center out of the Rocky Mountains. Keep giving the feedback to us as we're aware of it, but our goal is to say, how do we get Apsona out to the teams? The standard users that can sort of build and create reports, make sure that they're sort of paying for the best of our functionality. And then everybody else that just needs access to a report, a button, a grid, let's reduce the price on that to make it easier for them to sort of get to the data they want, change it, and make them more powerful and more effective. Thanks, Leah. Oh,
Thank you.
quick question from Cindy. I'll just answer that in the background. Thanks for asking. This is a great use case. I love answering short questions. Can you go back to
Yeah.
the number of users there? So at this point, the admin at your organization, let's say in this fictional example, they have 5 users that are like the report writers, the developers, etc. And then they have another 5 or 6 users that are specialized users. Our essentials package was built to say, hey, let's just charge for the standard users, give the specialized user for free. So the essentials package is the only one that actually offers free licenses where we fully comp the specialized user tickets. So you can buy up to 9, or in this case, you buy 5 standard user licenses and you get 5 specialized user licenses. We'd probably comp the last one for you for free so that those view-only users can sort of get access to the data that Adam, Sinclair, Zoe, Christina, Paul create for them. In the past, Apsona would always charge for those sort of licenses and require you to buy up to 10. At this point in time, we're sort of giving that taste of like how to use specialized licenses more powerfully, seeing if there's a valid use case for your team, and orienting you to sort of more of the cross section of like what Apsona can do for you to provide more value. Thanks, Cindy.
That was a great question. I'm glad I included this slide. Awesome. So
I'm
that,
gonna I'm gonna slide a link in the sidebar chat to Aiden just so they get a quick taste of what the implementation templates look like. We usually don't share this with folks until they purchase the bundle, but happy to give it to you guys here so you got access to it.
great. Thank you. That kind of brings me to the end of today's presentation. As a reminder, you are more than welcome to review our bundles overview on our site. I'll send the link to our pricing page to make it easy, as well as schedule a quick Apsona assessment to help find the best fit for your organization. We are always happy to help you simplify Salesforce data management, one bundle at a time. So I will move into Q&A.
Yeah, what if we did this? Would you be willing? I think a lot of the questions that I'm getting from customers that I interface with is just around some of the finer points of this. Would you be willing, Aaliyah, if we moved back to the slide on, let's just make it a big push for the standard versus specialized license. And then we'll pause. We'll just collect questions by chat if possible now, team. The key push here is that our standard license is sort of built around people that have full access to essentially what some of you guys may know as the base license. Sometimes we have the Apsona for Salesforce license, Apsona document and email merge license, multi-step report license, dedupe and match license, charts and dashboards license. For those on NPSB, the batch gift entry license. All of those sort of licenses live in what we call now the standard license. So they can sort of build and create anything, import data, do duplicates, and they also are an admin for grids. The specialized license, sometimes historically you may know of these as view-only users or button-only users. So essentially, they don't build or create the reports, they don't build or create the buttons, but they use the buttons to sort of get to the data they want, get to the donor profile, the gift acknowledgement letter. But in this scenario, there's a key outcome with Apsona with these specialized licenses that didn't exist before. Essentially, we're creating new functionality that we released. One of the key ones is reports on specialized license can actually be used to batch mail merge. So maybe you're given a direct link to a view only report. Maybe you go to a folder. Maybe you have a customized Lightning page where you just say, hey, I need my gift officers to be able to go to one place to generate receipts or letters or save the dates. You give them that dedicated space. They run their report. They can change the filters on the report. And then when they change the filters, they can run merge mails directly from that report as well. That never existed in our legacy model. And that's one of the things you can do here too. Grids was the other big push. We realized that Grids is a powerful tool for a lot of organizations to remove Excel from their wheelhouse and shadow data from living on PCs. So once you realize that a user has a Salesforce a use case and they keep exporting data to Excel, you actually can provide them a grid, dedicate that to them, lock the columns and fields they need, but don't require them to sort of like keep pushing to Excel. They can actually keep their data up to date in Salesforce. I will stop talking and respond to the questions.
Thank you, Justin. That was still a great explanation. Okay, I see two open questions in
Yeah,
Q&A.
great.
What if we just purchased Apsona? Can we get a credit if we want to upgrade to a bundle?
Yes, we are. Our team is trained to provide a credit. Essentially, we just say, "Hey, take whatever you've spent so far. What you haven't spent in your contract, we'll take that as a credit." looked at the bundle, moved you to the bundle model, charged you the prorated amount, and apply the credit towards that. We actually just did that training Tuesday. Thanks for that question, Dylan.
This one is a comment. It says, I recommend renaming specialized. It sounds like those are the ones with all the access.
Oh my gosh. This is like such a water cooler scenario, and I feel like such a schmudge for like not choosing better names. But yes, please give us your best recommendations.
Yeah.
Seth and Aaliyah are trying to figure this out. Our hope is that, I mean, my hope, knock on wood, is Aaliyah, is we would actually bring this out in Jan 1. We could actually rename these for a little bit better customer palatability.
And next up, how soon after purchasing the bundle can we expect to be up and running if we currently have the legacy licenses? And how will we know the new license is not in effect?
All right, I'm struggling to keep up with you, Aaliyah.
Sorry, I'm also managing. How will we know the new licenses are now in effect?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. So essentially, this is a scenario where we're not at this point saying, hey, like everybody has to move to the new bundle model. We're very clear there's a higher value proposition for most of our customers, maybe not all of it. So our existing customers that are still on our legacy or a la carte model, they can continue to renew at that perspective. So at this point in time, what you've got is what you've got. Our goal is to say there's benefits and outcomes here, training, implementation templates more. But at this point, if you haven't explicitly purchased a bundle, then you are on the legacy model. Moving to the bundle at a technical moment here, just teams so you're aware of, nothing has sort of changed with our underlying product architecture. There's not a single package now, where in the past there are 6 or 7 packages. That is a point we're moving to in the future as an engineering team. We're moving to make this simpler, easier to manage overall. But at this point, technically, everything remains the same. We're making our patch and product upgrades regularly, but the main point for us is simplification, discounting to sort of provide better value to those end users, and then implementation templates, training, and enablements that serve you and your team and make you more successful with our product.
All
Um,
right, one more question to clarify. If I only need three standards, I can only get three specialized.
that's correct. Yep. We're looking at mostly that as an entry point. We just realized a lot of customers are like, hey, I just need a couple licenses to get off the ground, to start using it. Maybe they have doc merge and multi-step report scenarios, like a non-private cloud scenario or an education cloud scenario. Our implementation templates would sort of fit that use case. Say, hey, we only have a couple of builders and a couple viewers and users. As cases come up, please do send us in an email for support. We've been collecting feedback from customers over the past year and then looking at all the requests for, can we adjust here? Can we adjust there? So we are wanting to make those changes to best fit our customers. Within that space, at this point in time, Essentials is only for sort of 9 standard users and below. Once you move to that 10 and above space, that's when you get more features, dedicated enablement session, some of the other benefits at that point.
Okay. How does your duplicate merge compare with duplicate check? If you're familiar, are there merge automations?
Yeah, I'll answer in passing and then probably just reference our YouTube channel and some of our dedupe and match dedicated product reviews. Dedupe and match for Apsona was a product built out of actually a Denver NPSP sprint years ago. I learned that this week. Essentially, it's any object, so contacts, accounts, leads, whatever, special objects as well, custom objects. You can find, match, and merge records across any table in Salesforce with Apsona's dedupe match. So it doesn't work in the same way as like a near-term checking duplicates as they're entering the system at a create point. It's much more query the entire table, review all the results, find all the ones you need to merge. You can individually merge them and compare, or you can do mass merges as well. It works for any object, and all of your data stays within your Salesforce system. Can I answer a couple questions, Aaliyah? I think I've got some in the Q&A spot. I'm not sure if you've answered them or not.
Yeah, yeah. And there's one in
Okay.
the chat too.
So, and then I'm going to answer Sarah's question as well, because there's some great functionality that was just sort of available to Apsona users for years, but because we're learning how to package it better and sort of bring it out to you guys. Sarah, your question about standard users can definitely use Lightning doc merge buttons. The standard users can sort of use all of our products, right? They're the people that can sort of use all the products all the ways. Buttons are essentially one part of our specialized licenses, but all of our standard user licenses can use them as well. And specialized users is true. And oh, Sarah, you answered that question already. Oh, I'm such a dunce. Fran's question about how soon after purchasing the bundle, we actually have a live implementation support team. So at purchasing at the advanced level, we actually schedule you for an onboarding and enablement with Shakti and his team. If you are purchasing at the essentials bundle level, generally you get notified and documentation on how to sort of activate those licenses within 24, 48 hours. I'm not sure if that's exactly correct. I'd probably ask my sales team member. But yeah, that is the answer to how soon after purchasing the bundle can you be up and running. Back to you, Aaliyah. Where do you want to start?
I think I see what might be the last question. There's also one from someone to host and panelists, but this says, will gift batch entry work with recurring donations?
Great question. I am a long-term Apsona user and I also have a background in nonprofit work. We have a particular product in Apsona called batch gift entry that was configured to work explicitly with the nonprofit success pack. So there are dependencies in that package to only work with NPSP. We have solution templates that our solution engineers are building that actually work with gift entry, but not in a sort of productized form. So in the spaces and places where you need to sort of mass add, mass import, grid view, and then product work through a scenario, that works with a number of different platforms. Nonprofit cloud and education cloud, they share a lot of the same scenarios. Um, Advancement RM, Ascend, other general fundraising products out there. Our goal is to sort of continue to provide service at a broad product view. We don't have a dedicated product to it, so the recurring donations object often works directly with NPSP, Nonprofit Success Pack. We don't have a dedicated product to sort of fit that directly at a one-to-one level. We would rather solve it in terms of Apsona general functionality, building you solution templates with standard licenses and specialized licenses, and training your team how to use it in that manner. Uh,
Pierre, I think that's someone's AI note taker.
yeah, we got some AI people here. Welcome.
Okay, any other questions? Maybe something we didn't answer?
And other general feedback from the team as well. Aaliyah's taken charge on this and sort of just capturing the reference of bundles as we're trying to continue to figure out how do we make this land like this broad 13, 14-year-old product with 7 different license packages. How do we bring this into a better way to sort of make it easier to access, easier to learn, and easier to create value from? If there are better ways for us to relay this information to the public, please let us know as well. You can send emails to Aaliyah@apsona.com or me at Justin@apsona.com. We're in that space where we've gotten this license model off the ground. We're really excited about it. We have about a broad portion, I'd say maybe 70 of our customers are sort of on this current license at this point. We want to make it more accessible, more available, and more aware, but we realize most of it is the power of the product. So if there's better ways we can bring this information out to the market, create spaces for you guys to learn about it. Yeah, we'd be very interested in that feedback.
Do you want to answer the last question, Justin?
Which
The
one?
3 license minimum requirement?
Sure. Yeah, generally our licenses have always been at sort of just 3 licenses across the board. Like we've not changed that at a company level. We do have quite a lot of customers sometimes that'll come and say, I just need 1 license, I just need 1 license. We've always just said our consistent stance is 3 licenses is the minimum. That's just always what we've offered at the start. Our goal is that we provide that at a space where individuals across your organization could say, hey, they've got 2 to 3 individuals that are trained on Apsona to use that. Not a requirement. We understand not everybody needs 3 licenses, but at this point, that's our policy. Sarah,
Thank you.
thank you for the comment.
Okay, does anyone want 12 minutes of their day back? So we thank you for showing up and engaging with us, listening to the bundles presentation. Please let us know if you have any questions. I will be following up with a recording and some additional resources. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you,
Bye.
team.